confirm if my screen is visible.
Yes,
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Thank you for the validation. All right, so we are heading on to case study based questions now. Remember the drill. Don't read the case study. Directly jump onto the question. Okay, that's what we have to do. Okay, so in TechEdge portal we have, oh, they have added few more. Oh my god, there are around 50 case studies here. Yeah. Okay, so we will take one of them. Now, this is how it will look like in your real exam. All right, guys. It may contain images. It may contain uh, grids like these, spreadsheets. Yeah. It may contain use cases. It may contain process diagrams, data flow diagrams, plenty of these things. It may contain your some kind of UML diagram. Okay, all of that can happen. All right, and these are just distractors. Believe me, you don't have to look at that. Directly jump onto the question. Okay. Now here's the first question. So in this case study, we have got 5 questions. This is the first one. We don't have time limit right now. So read it carefully. And first thing is, let me know whether you feel the need to go back and refer to some part of the case study or not. Just have a look. And it's okay. The idea here is not to give, the right answers. Nobody's judging anyone. The idea here is to see the approach that we should take when we are attempting the case studies. That's the whole idea for this session. Okay. So go ahead and read it and let me know what you're thinking.
I think we need context of this scenario to understand who's who.
Anyone else who is in line with that?
Yeah, I second that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Vikas. All right. So as per the Gane-Sarson notation and keeping the forecasting process as a central application, demand generation can be best described by which of the below listed options. Now, this question is not directly from a knowledge area, so to say, but this is a technique. Do you all agree? All those who have well read BABOK so far, do you all agree?
I guess.
Vikas, what do you think?
Sorry,
This is clearly a
I
technique,
haven't
right?
completed BABOK.
Okay. Anybody who has done techniques? All those 50 techniques? This is a technique, and this is a big hint. Gane-Sarson notation. The Gane-Sarson notation is used in data flow diagrams. It's in itself, it's a technique. Data flow diagram is a technique.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at that and let me know, what do you think now? So it says as per the Gane-Sarson notation. So do you see a data flow diagram? Is this a data flow diagram? It's clearly not, right? It's a spreadsheet. Even this is not.
No.
This one is.
Yeah.
Now look at demand generation and what do you think this is about? The forecasting process as the central application. Forecasting process, where do you see? Okay, this is the forecasting process. Demand generation can be best described by So now you have to find where do you see demand generation?
It's on the left,
Bottom left, right? So
bottom
this is
left.
demand generation. Now look at this and try to visualize. This is how you will. I don't care whether you give correct as an incorrect answer. That's fine. But now you have to visualize what did you read in DFD's data flow diagram. It's I think uh, I don't remember the actual number. I'll have to check that. Should be around 10.11, 12, 13, 14, around that. Yeah, 10 point something.
10.13.
10.13. Yeah. So it's around that. You will see in that section, Gane-Sarson is mentioned somewhere. So now keep that Gane-Sarson notations in your mind and then say which one is the correct. Now you may be confused between couple of these, right? Between these four options, you might be confused. Can you easily eliminate the big no-nos here? The
Input
absolute
data
incorrect
and
ones.
input data.
Data.
Input data, okay. What
None of
else?
the above.
And none of the above. Data
Yeah.
source. Do you remember? Can you recall in data Gane-Sarson notation how? What is the denotation for? Sorry, how do we denote the data store? The data source. So we have two notations in data flow diagrams that BABOK talks about. In real life, there may be more. I don't know. Never went beyond BABOK, but Gane-Sarson and Yourdon notation, right? So either it is parallel lines, right? Or it is three-sided rectangle. Three-sided rectangle is in one side open rectangle. Remember that? Yep. So does it look like this? Does it look like that? One side open rectangle.
No.
What remains then in your option?
External agent.
External agent. The way we
Data
have
source.
deduced this data source has got so if you look at BABOK, it talks about two notations, right? And in this case study, in this particular question, they have mentioned Gane-Sarson notation. Now, if you remember what is the notation in Gane-Sarson? What is it? In Gane-Sarson, we have three-sided rectangle. One side is open, right? In Yourdon notation, we have got parallel lines for data store. It's a simple rectangle. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's an external agent. Now, there's one thing. The way we have deduced this answer is quite different from this, the explanation that is given here. But this is another way that I told you. Obviously, if you are a student of Techcanvass, you will see this uh, explanation when you are doing the case studies. That's one way. But I told you the other side of it. I mean, that's the other way in which you can actually solve the answers logically. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there are a couple of elements over here that you need to. So these are keywords, right? Gane-Sarson notation, forecasting process, yeah, demand generation. Look at demand generation. Try to find that keyword here. Now, I think I told you in the beginning, Control F doesn't work there. Control find, as in find option doesn't work there. Yeah. Okay. So good, guys. Okay. Look at this. Which of the below listed technique is best suited for making reports for the reporting module? Now, if you look at this question, uh, it's obviously it's not referring to even any of the uh, facts that are listed there in the case study, right? That means you don't even need to look at this, look at the case study for this matter. Look at this.
Reporting model. Yeah, this doesn't even need a context of this case study.
Yes. So even these kind of questions will be there in your case study.
From your experience, based on all the questions you have answered in the exam, what's the percentage that such kind of questions where you really do not need to read the case study things happen? Like, what's the percentage? I understand this is not written on stone, so it's just
Um,
for
I
understanding.
told you in the beginning, right? I think it was almost like in my case, it was almost like 90% of the times. There
Yeah.
was only one or two case studies where I had to refer to only a small paragraph just for a calculation. That's all.
Okay.
Otherwise, it was very straightforward kind of questions. And so maybe once we end this, before we are ending the session, I'll give you my experience on that day, particular day. Yeah. Okay. Back to the question. What do you think, guys?
Data mining.
Data mining. Okay.
Modeling, data modeling.
Data modeling. All right. We have two answers. Now, because we have two conflicting answers, can we eliminate the big no-nos here? For reporting, do we use data flow diagram?
Data flow diagram we can mail.
We can eliminate. Okay, fair. Concept modeling. If you have read BABOK, uh, concept modeling is actually it gives you the those core concepts about a particular domain and how they associate with them. So in real world, when you are making ER diagrams, just before making ER diagrams, entity relationship diagram, when you are looking at the keywords that are there in a particular domain, for example, if you're working with Amazon, right, you will have invoice as an entity, you'll have customer as an entity, you'll have order as an entity. How they relate to each other, that's part of concept modeling. Yeah. So will that help in reporting?
No.
Okay. So now, if you all agree, can we eliminate concept modeling and data flow diagram?
Yeah.
So now remains data modeling and data mining. What does data modeling talk about? Because I think it was you, right?
Right.
Yeah. What was your thought for data modeling?
Because this data modeling defines the data sources, and it is used in a reporting module. It explains best with structures, tables, relationships, and fields. So
Okay.
I think
Okay. Fair. No, no, you are absolutely right. I think 80% right. Let me call it that way. Data mining. Anyone? What do you think? What is data mining? What happens in data mining? Why do we use data?
Data mining helps to find the patterns with the previous reports.
Sorry, come again. I accidentally got muted.
in data
So
mining is like going deep into the data and searching how it happened, what are the causes, and
Okay,
we need
you're
to
right.
organize the data.
You're
Is
right,
is
because
data is in correct form? These are the things we can find out. If there are any requirements, we can transform the data into the required formats. Then we evaluate it, and after getting the results, we come to some conclusion.
you have already answered that, because Now look at that.
Right.
What is the whole purpose behind
Right.
doing data mining?
Right. Right. I think the data mining is the right answer.
Sorry, I'm kind of pushing you guys. So have a quick look at the
Correct.
explanation. Yeah. Makes sense. So whenever you see, guys, that keyword reporting, it actually, so these are the keywords that you need to look for. Now, if you have started reading, so let's say you have just joined Techcanvass and you have started going through BABOK, you won't understand a lot of it. I think in the first reading, it'll only be 10-20% that you'll understand. And you will see that, every other topic, every third page, you are reading the same thing that you've already read.
Right.
And at the end of it, you will understand nothing. You will say, if I ask you something, then you won't be able to recall anything.
And everything seems similar.
Similar, exactly. And this is very natural, guys. I bet on this. You won't believe. Maybe someday I'll talk about this story of mine that happened
Okay.
when I joined this course. Before that, I had read BABOK for almost like 1 year, 1.5 years.
Okay.
Very well. Then 7-8 times I had read, I'd memorized input output, and then I joined this course. Even after that, I took 5 months to clear my exam. I had this fear of failing. I think it's pretty natural with people, right? Okay.
Right.
All right. I think this should be fairly easy. Um, now, even for, okay, so first things first. Okay, guys, take a pause. Madhuri, was there a reason you muted me accidentally or?
No, sir, it was the mistake.
Okay, thank you. All right, guys, look at this question. What do you think? Do we need to refer to the case study for this?
No, that's a
No, it's a
conceptual
straight question.
question.
Perfect. Okay. And what do you think is the answer? This is open for all. Guys, come on. All of you should participate. Right.
I would go with logical data model
And your reasoning is?
because in terms of the database architecture shown here, we have it in sort of a schematic, but then that's just me guessing.
Okay. Very close.
Okay.
All right. So logical data model talks about normalization. That's the easiest. So if you want to remember what is logical data model, talk about normalization. Normalization as in maintaining the data integrity. Yeah. Boise code normal form. All those folks who have done their engineering or probably computer application courses and those kind of things and have read DBMS, database management system, as one of their syllabus, as part of their syllabus. If you remember Boise code normal form, that's what logical data model is. Okay. We have conceptual data model where we are just talking about entities and the relationship between those entities. That's the logical data model. When we are talking about, that's the conceptual data model. Okay, entities and their relationship. So again, going back to college days, if in your unis you have seen entity relationship diagrams, that is part of your conceptual data model. Logical data model we are talking about now, we are further progressing to make it
Mm.
– turning it into a table, a database table. that will reside somewhere in Oracle or SQL Server. Yeah, something like that. That will be your logical data model. And then physical data model talks about your performance, concurrency, security, and actually creating the table in your using those commands, create table name with these columns. Yeah, that's your physical data model. Okay, I've given you the hint. There's nothing called a strategic data model. If you have read BABOK very carefully, you would see that there's no such term as strategic data model. Yeah. All right. With that information that I've given, what do you think? Come on, guys.
It's a bit conceptual.
Conceptual talks about entities and relationships. For example, if you're working with Amazon, customer is an entity, order is an entity, supplier is an entity, and the relationship between these three. Customer places order, that relationship is places. Yeah. So that should be part of your conceptual data model. Logical data model is when you are trying to turn it into to maintain the integrity of the data, and that's where we use BCNF. Okay, I can't see the chats, guys. Does anyone has any questions? Okay, that's Madhuri. Sorry. All right, back to you again, guys. What's your answer?
Other two options are left, which is like, I think, physical data modeling.
I'll I won't make it more suspenseful. It's actually physical data model. Okay. It's talking about database module, right? We are talking about Oracle here. We are talking about SQL Server. We are talking about Aurora, right? MongoDB and so on. We're talking about that now. Physical data model, how it will be physically organized. Yeah, that's your physical data model. Okay, no problem. I know. I think obviously we need good readings of BABOK for this. Okay, this is a good and a very good question. One of my favorite questions. Go ahead. Take time, because there are a lot of confusing elements here. Confusing unless you have not read BABOK carefully. That's all. That's the key here.
What do you suggest? Reading BABOK book and then taking the classes is a good way, or after taking classes we need to read the BABOK, or is it the third option that while attending the classes and we need to read the BABOK according to that current day's explanation?
Okay. So honestly speaking, because first option nobody gets to see. my first preference is I would love to see students in my batch who have already read BABOK thoroughly. They have memorized everything and they are just asking relevant questions when we are doing the session.
Okay.
That's my first preference. That's the best way of doing it. And believe me, nobody does that. Yeah.
Sorry,
So
which
all the
one?
students,
Which type is this?
the first one, as in people have already read BABOK
Okay, we need to read
couple of
BABOK
times,
first and then attend the
then
classes.
you join the course. Yeah.
Okay.
But nobody does that.
Right,
People
right.
join the course
After joining
and then,
course only we come about
yes,
to know about BABOK.
yes. Then some of the people get to know about BABOK then, and some of them, they know about BABOK, they have been trying, but they find it boring, but still they are able to ask questions. Yeah.
Okay.
That's second.
Thank you.
So even during the sessions, if you can find time for yourself, go back. Obviously, there's a week's time, 5 days, yeah, with you, and everybody's busy the same way. Yeah. I think every professional is equally busy in some way, either in professional ways or domestic ways or
Yeah.
emotional ways, whatever. So everybody is busy. This is your goal. You have to do it. How you want to do it, it's up to you. You cannot argue with God that saying that, God, why did you give me this? It's such a tough situation for me. I think everybody has got tough situation.
Right. Harsh, can I ask you a general question?
Good.
Yeah. How is the market for a BA
It's
fresher?
still good. It's fresher.
Fresh.
It's good. I think a lot of in fact, there have been students from Techcanvass who have joined as freshers. Freshers, as in they did the course, they got their ECBA certification, they got placed. See, somewhere you'll have to do some kind of certification to prove your validity, right?
Exactly.
The reason is the HR. If you look at HR's table, you'll have 500 resumes filed, BAs.
Yeah.
They can't so there has to be a means of scrutinizing all these folks, right? So they
Right.
look at only those who are certified. Somebody who's certified means at least they have learned something from the book itself. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, back to the question, guys. What do you think?
I think we can eliminate SWOT analysis
Mm-hmm.
because that talks about different aspects of a solution, but not the financial aspect of it, or maybe this. And risk analysis and management talks just about the risk impacts, but not the solution costs and creating costs and all that. So estimations talk about.
In your SWOT analysis, I wanted to argue, but I won't. The cost, for example, it
Uh-huh.
may be your weakness that you are not, you don't have enough cash in hand as a business.
Yes,
So
that goes into threat. Yeah, I was thinking that while I was saying it,
it's
but
okay.
then
But I think
does
your
it?
understanding is right. So I'll also SWOT talks about your strength, weakness,
Yeah, the
opportunities,
finance
right?
is
So
not the biggest
yes,
part of it.
yes,
So I mean, the numbers aren't the biggest part of it. So I would say
correct.
financial analysis and estimations. I'm kind of confused between these two. But then it says expected solution benefits, cost of creating a solution, cost of operating a solution, potential risk. I would say financial analysis, maybe.
Okay. Anyone else who wants to contest this option from Bhavna? I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Who is thinking differently?
I
And
believe
okay,
estimation.
estimation. That's Ramila, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think it's estimation? And Bhavna, by the way, financial analysis, I think it makes sense. It looks like, why? Because we are talking about benefits, cost of creating the
Mm-hmm.
solution, cost of operating
Mm-hmm.
the solution, potential risk impact. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You're heading in the right direction. Ramila, what do you think?
So in the question, I'm saying the word like expected solution, right? So I believe expected means how long it would take, the duration of getting right.
Okay.
So I remember if it's regarding to the time period or something, then it's like estimating how long we will get that benefit out of it, like that. So that's why I think it's estimation.
You have been quiet for a while. You should have you should have participated. Yeah. Okay. Let me. I think this is the first. I should have done this earlier, but let me do it now. Okay. Uh, Romila's point. I will pick. So, what was that? Estimation, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She talked about estimation. She chose estimation. Look at this. It's technique number 10.19. And estimation is used to support decision making by predicting attributes such as cost and effort to pursue a course of action, expected solution benefit, project cost, business performance, potential value anticipated from a solution, and cost of creating a solution, cost of operating a solution, potential risk impact. That was the key here. Getting it. That was the key. So this was verbatim, as in quote unquote, right from BABOK.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's estimation. And that's why right in the beginning of this question, I told you, right? It's a very, very beautiful question. Well phrased question. The first time that I did this question, I also chose financial analysis. And then I learned, okay, you have to read BABOK very carefully. Yeah, that's correct. Let's see, one. All right. Very interesting question again. With reference to the sponsor definition in BABOK and information in the case study, who is the sponsor for BAL? Now, obviously, I think for this, we need to go through the case study. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, before we jump into into the content of the case study, who is the sponsor? Does anyone remember? What does BABOK say about it?
Sponsor is the person who accept and approve the changes.
Scope. Very close. Yes. Scope. And remember one thing, they are the people who are controlling the budget also, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So these are the things that you need to look at. Um, for the sake of time, I don't want to, it's Friday night. I don't want to kill your time. Uh, so you'll get these kind of things, yeah, in your exam. Automation and then some kind of grid, some forecasting it. And then there is some problem statement and problem business requirement, and you will see Phil's and Phil's name appearing here. They have deliberately chosen this name just to confuse you guys, okay? Phil and Phil. So this is where the crux of the problem is. Read this carefully and then tell me what your answer is.
I think Phil is the sponsor because he's accountable for all the commercials. So he has initiated the what do you call the initiative. So
Okay, so look at the question. With reference to the sponsor definition in BABOK and information in the case study, who is the sponsor for BAL? Is it Phil, Matthew? Both or just or Phil? Can we eliminate?
can you go
Okay,
back,
yes, that's what I was expecting.
please? Yeah.
So
Phil.
I'll keep it over here. At the
I
here
think
you are.
you okay. Of Phil. So Phil is the company.
Okay, so Phil you can eliminate.
Yeah, and he decides in collaboration with Phil, who is the full time president. Okay. Commercials. Oh, maybe it's Matthew because he's the CEO and he started it.
No, I guess the answer is both. Since I guess the CEO, he is having the authority to approve the scope, and Phil is forecasting. Who is having the authority here to control? I think that is Phil. So I think both of them are sponsors here.
Romila said both of them.
I think she's right.
Anyone else? Vikas, what do you think? Irene, Lola. I remember the names because you have talked to me. Anyone else, by the way, from the group? Come on, this is not your real exam. It's okay. You just need to know the approach. Yeah, it's just a learning for you, right? You may be wrong, which is okay. And it's good to be wrong. You know why? I'll tell you that. It's good to be wrong because the moment you see that you are wrong, when you look at the explanation and you read, go through that, you tend to memorize that all your, for a long period of time. Certain concept that you missed. And now you see the explanation. Oh, okay, I was wrong here. Now I'll remember this. That's how it is. Okay. So it's always good to be wrong. Come on, choose your answer, guys. I'll go
It's
with
both of them.
both of them. All right.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Okay. That's both of them. Wonderful. Good. So enjoyed this. I did only one case study. My target was to at least do 2 or 3. But anyways, if you're part of Techcanvass, believe me, I mean, you have got 50 case studies now to complete. Yeah. So you can do it anytime. But remember, guys, when you look at a case study, the reason why that case study is there is because they want to test your real mettle that you have, as a BA, as a senior BA. Come on, this exam is not for kids, believe me. I mean, you have to be really serious about this exam. This is not some exam that you pay the fees, you do a 2-day training, and then you get a certificate. No. If you look at the IBA website, I recently saw that in one of my batches. 24,000 people have that certification of CBAP. Imagine 7 billion of population on this planet, and just 24,000 people have done that.
Wow, really? I didn't know that.
Just have a look at that. Yeah. If you see, oh my God, that AI thing. Oh, certification. I think it's registry. Why is Anthropic making such a big news out of nowhere, man? Come on.
24,000 people are
9
certified in
certified in
CBAP. Oh,
CBAP.
okay. ECBA
Yeah.
is 19,000.
Yeah, look at this.
Here 26.
CCBA is very low. Why? Because the moment you do ECBA, you don't target CCBA then.
CCBA
You
directly
directly,
go to
we'll
CBAP.
take another 2-3 years and then we'll target CBAP.
Okay.
I targeted CBAP directly.
Wow.
Yeah.
But anyways, by that time, I already had good amount of experience in my career. So I also did this course, this certification, CPOA for product ownership. Found it useful. It's interesting. Okay, so back, guys. I think you know what lies there. What that mantra is, right?
Yep.
Right. You don't have to go through this. Just directly jump out of the question and read it like a question. Don't even think about case study. Case study is just to just to confuse you, just to bring you back into that trap. Okay, that's it. That's the mantra for this. So all of you know, I think couple of you guys are well placed. The way you guys were, all those who were interacting very actively. There's a suggestion for you. I think you are doing good, very good. I was not expecting these kind of arguments from you guys. You guys, as in, I was thinking that probably this is a session of somebody who is doing it for the first time. Yeah, but the way you guys did it, couple of you, I think it's pretty good. So my best wishes to all of you.